Hello and welcome. I'm Mercy, your game master at HereThereBeMonsters, and we're here with another Working Wednesday stream. This time it is going to be a power half hour, though. Usually we do about 60 to 90 minutes. I have session 0 to get to soon, so going to have to be cutting it a little bit short. But we've got a few things to get done, and we took last week off, which was supposed to be a power hour week. So we're here. We're going to get some stuff done. Thank you for being here. Even if you're not a GM or a DM, if you've got some work you want to get done in the background and you just want to listen to a little bit of chatter while you do it, you're more than welcome to join us. Set a clock, see what you can get done. Also, just as a quick reminder or news, if you guys haven't heard, we are adding a second party to our D&D world. They will not be playing with the first party like in the same sessions, but they will be having their own sessions in our homebrew world in the same timeline as well. So I'm going to help the game master that's going to be running that run session 0, and that's why time is somewhat limited, but that's okay. I am excited to do that, and I'm super, super grateful for all the work that our GM has been putting in for that. The GM, by the way, being Etma from the Mortal Woes TTRPG community. There is also going to be at least a little bit of back and forth for me today, as I am trying to get the episode 5 video done so it can go live tomorrow morning. It's doing something weird, though. I used to always record in MP4, but I switched to MKV instead because it's a safer format to record in if there's like a computer crash or anything. And so I had to remux the MKV into MP4, which is fine, that's easy. But in so doing, it appears to have created a version of MP4 that my video editor doesn't accept. So I loaded it up in Adobe Media Encoder and re-encoded it as a slightly different MP4 format, and it's still not working. So that's awesome. Also, for news, for anybody who hasn't heard, we do have session again this Saturday, the 17th of February, 2024. Our goal is ideally to get it scheduled so we have sessions every other Saturday, so that way it's consistent. But as a lot of you TTRPG folks know, getting together to actually play D&D is the hardest part of playing D&D.
YouTube stream is now live.
All right. First things first. Well, actually, first things first, let me check on my export and see how that's doing. Or my encode. Okay. It appears that what happened was when Adobe Media Encoder updated from its 2023 to its 2024 version, it might not have saved my encoding settings. So I'm re-encoding it. Now, XP. XP for our players for last session. Well, for our player characters, I should say. I get after people when they say things like, I killed my first player last week. I like to tease the language on that, so I should be careful to not go the opposite direction and say players when I mean player characters. Okay, so I think we want to do session XP this way. So the way that we do it usually is we do kind of a static amount of XP that we assign per, essentially just for showing up, because it's kind of assumed that while you're there, you're going to do kind of a minimal amount of role play and whatever else. And then we award specific XP for specific actions beyond that. So I needed to make one adjustment there, and then I need to go and get my cat off of my stream computer so it doesn't overheat. If you've never seen him before on YouTube, this is Loki. He's a big baby. Case in point. Hi, buddy. You just wanted a warm spot to be. I just don't want that warm spot. You can sit in my lap, though, if you want. Nope. Okay. Sometimes he wants to. All right. Let's think through a little bit of... Well, I guess there's one obvious thing to give XP for. That was... I'm going to call that a hard encounter. And we're going to give this much XP for that. Oh, crap. I have to type it out each time. I was going to try and copy over a previous hard encounter, but I title them, so... All right, beyond that, at one point in the session, we did have 3 people who were dying. Three characters who were dying. Who, yes. Okay, there's those. What else did we have as far as kind of like noteworthy combat or role-playing moments? Just going to give a tiny bit for that. I think that was worth a little bit of XP. What else do we have? Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I just refreshed my stream dashboard and it had been showing me that no one was here, no one had liked, and no one had said anything. And then when I refreshed it, it lied. It lied. I'm sorry, none. If you're still here, thanks for being here. I was not ignoring you. YouTube was trying to keep us apart on this Valentine's Day. Not on purpose. Like he's like, no, I know. I'm actually almost surprised he's not back up there again. We used to have something that we put on top of it that would still let air flow through to keep the cats off of it, and I can't seem to find it. You had an interpersonal explosion between two players during your Shadowrun game on Saturday. Killed the... Oh, like so out of character explosion. Dang it. I'm sorry to hear that. Also, I have some massive raspberries. A few were bigger than those, but even those ones were pretty big. I really hope that re-encode works. I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't. Or the re-encode. The re-encode? Yeah, technically the re-encode. Let's see. What else did we have? We had a little bit of problem solving here and there, a little bit of detective work. I think that's all just going to be covered in the session XP. Yeah, nothing else jumps out at me as being specifically worthy of like independent XP. One of the players comes up with really bad ideas and one of the other players tells him that his ideas are bad. I can see how that might be a problem. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. Well, shoot. I'm sorry to hear that. Out of curiosity, is the player making bad plans and the other player is calling them out for it? Or is the character making bad plans and the character is calling them out for it? Or probably the worst, is the character making bad plans and the other player is calling them out for it? Hey, Glass Deviant, good to see you. How you doing? The last? Ooh, that's rough. Yeah. Dang it. I'm really sorry. But the player also thinks his ideas are good. Yes, that does muddy the water a little bit, but that's still pretty rough. And they really are not. Okay, hold on. Are either of the players in the room with us? Okay. I just figured I'd clarify. Okay. XP is done. Video is re-uploading. Can the character make plans? Well, I mean, sort of. The player on behalf of the character makes plans. I guess the reason I was making the distinction is because sometimes you might have a character who is not good at planning or planning a specific type of thing or whatever. And then, so then the character or the player correctly playing that character comes up with a bad plan, that's all fine. If another player character disagrees with that character's plan, I think that's fine as long as they do it in a way that's respectful. But when you have one player arguing against the correctly made in-character decisions of a character, that's where stuff can get messy really quickly. Not low int, in fact, highest int in the group. Okay, here's some other things that I need to get done. I had messed up the sell price of some items for quest rewards. I was thinking too, because I was like, oh god, this looks like more money than I was expecting to give the players. That's because I was doing it wrong. Not way wrong, because of the way that I was house ruling it. So the way that I house ruled it was actually pretty close to the way that it's supposed to be done. But what I wanted to do was do it the way that it's supposed to be done, plus a house rule. You're good, Glass Steven. All right, so how much money is that? How much am I about to inject into our player economy here? Because that was just some napkin math. Oh god, it is a lot. I might need to tweak that down a little bit further. Let's put it in context, because part of what's going to be weird here is they've been out of town for so long that they're actually collecting rewards for 2 quests plus selling some stuff that they looted. So even so, that value for what they looted is probably still more than I was planning on giving them. We're wow, you lost connection twice. Not sure if it's your ISP or have you been noticing any issues, none? It's showing good stream health on my side, but that also lies sometimes. So take that with a grain of salt. Oh, okay. So here's another way where this might kind of balance out, because one of the other quest rewards was going to be like half eaten up by the fact that Alendite got deeded a horse. And some, I don't know how to say this word, courtier's clothing. That was right about half the money for one of those quests. So I think if they get a little bit more value in gold for selling their stuff than I was expecting. I mean, yes, we're still like power creeping their economy, but it does kind of even things out a little bit for the other characters. So I had been doing, yeah, I think we do still need to adjust this price down just a teeny bit, though. It's not as far off as we thought. But I am going to adjust it. I keep hearing one of the computers straining over there and thinking that it's Loki sitting on it, making it overheat, because that's usually what it is. But it is, in fact, it re-encoding our video. Nobody wants top chat, YouTube. Not on a small stream, at least. Probably never, but... All right, so if we do that, that would be... Okay. I think that's a little bit more in line with how we've been giving out rewards. Not a major thing, just something that needed to be tweaked. How's my time? 10. Oh, God, already. I guess when I'm only doing half of a power hour, it does go by much more quickly. What can I still get done? We've got 10 minutes, give or take. I guess on that same note, I wanted to calculate kind of rough character like net worth. Yeah, now I'm all nervous. Keep checking all the stream health stuff, but it says that it's okay. So they're about to get... That'd work out to about 100 gold each there. They've done a handful of other quests and whatnot during the prologue. So they've probably earned like 200 to 250 gold each. I'm curious how that actually compares to the character wealth by level chart. Just like, I'm not trying to follow it, but I'm just curious kind of what is happening now that we're a little ways into our system. I believe that's in the Dungeon Masters guide. They're level 2. About 2 1/3 to 2 1/2. Here's average treasure results, but that's not what I want. Random door traps. I honestly forgot that there were random encounter tables in here for, or random tables in here for like NPC alignment and class and stuff. NPC gear value. Not what I wanted. Character wealth by level. There it is. 135. So this says somewhere in character level 2 they should have a wealth of 900. That's normal D&D. Now we know we're playing a lower power version of D&D, so I knew that we were going to be lower than that. I'm just curious. I think it actually means that they should have 900 by the time they hit level 2, but we knew we were going to be far off from that. So I think they've probably got about 250, and they're only a third of the way through level 2. So that means they'll probably have a net worth of like 500 per character by the time they hit level 3. I was just curious how far, for my own edification, how far off that would be from what it would expect. It's like 80% less than what a normal D&D expects. Okay, so I was looking that up because I also need to do something with that. What they get from adventuring is predetermined. Well, sort of, right? Because some of it is also loot based, and whether or not they can literally can carry the loot or whatever. So it is going to fluctuate some. Yeah, so they get offered, like we'll pay you this much money to go do this thing. Um, straightforward enough. But the loot part will fluctuate some. But I actually need that for some like the another project. I want to be vague. But loot is put where it's found ahead of time, right? Well, yes, but for one, they might not always find all the loot, right? And two, I also let them like loot their fallen foes. So there's lots of like taking of swords and armor and crossbows and that sort of thing. Okay. I had to send that information to some other players, so that is done. Oh, my time is almost done too. Man, I'm actually grooving, and I've been more focused. The last couple of working streams that we've had, I've been, it has been ADD central. Um, so I'm focused, and I really do want to take on another couple things, but I'm hesitant. I guess what we can do really quickly is we can set up. This will be short. We can set up my notes sheet for session 6. I won't have time to write the summary. I'll have to do that off stream. But we can at least get my worksheet for the session prepped. Introduction. Wait. Oh, God, I almost started editing the session 5 one. That would have been very unfortunate. Make a copy. Rename session 6. Also, how have you been, Glass Deviant? I haven't had a chance to chat with you too much recently. I hope the New Year's treating you well. I hope you've had a chance to rest at least some in your enshrouded grind. Okay, I don't need that encounter chart in the session 6 doc because I already pre-rolled all of that during session 5. We handled the 23rd, the 24th, The 25th and the 26th, actually. Well, sort of. It's the evening of the 26th, I guess, is where we pick up. Oops. Oh, God. Been a rough year so far, but not as bad as 20. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. Oh, I need to change the way this is noted in the session 5 file, though. Okay. Updated that in session 5. In session 6. That's weird. So we have battery backups for our computers that are also like surge protectors and stuff. And all 3 of them just triggered. But I didn't lose room power or anything. My light's still on. That's really strange. We need a third right now. We have 3 computers with a total of 5 monitors running on 2 backup power supplies, and then the third one is a much smaller backup power supply that handles the modem and router. We really need to get a third one of those bigger ones for the computers, so each computer has their own one. If the power's fluttering, it would set them all off. Yeah, hashtag triggered. Yeah, for sure. It's just weird. Like, it didn't even, like, my lights didn't even brown out or anything. There was, like, no indication of it. Depends, obviously, a little bit on what the computers are doing, but I'd have to double check. If I remember correctly, the batteries should be good to run the computers for about 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes, somewhere in there. Oh, you're talking. Sorry. I thought when you said backup, I thought you were talking about for if the power does go out. Yeah, no. They're not. They're not even close. They're not. They're about 50%. Yeah, I'm glad I'm getting this part done at least, because this part's just kind of fiddly, and it only takes 5 or 10 minutes, but it can be a thing that I can struggle to get myself started with. All right, so session 6 will begin at the campsite in the evening of the 26th day of mid-spring, which is overcast and calm. Okay. Then I have... Need to double check one thing on the map really quickly before we wind this down. It's 58. That's fine. Not gonna matter too much if I show up a couple minutes after. I'm more there in a support role anyway. D&D. Give me a map. Give me a map. Map. So if they're... Oh boy, I need to measure. Okay. So that's about a day's travel normally. Oh, that's freaking perfect. Actually. Okay. Let me grab my dice really fast. We need to roll just a few more random encounters because I had rolled everything that we would need for session 5 plus a little bit. But so part of what we'll need probably for session 6 is done. But okay. But I do need to roll just like one more day's worth really fast. Hey, Rocket, how you doing? Are the UPSs really old? They lose about 5% load capacity per year, but if you're at 50% original. No. We bought them with the support of the community during a spring subathon last year, so they haven't even had their first anniversary yet. Or maybe it was the fall subathon in 2020. Or sorry, 2022. They could be up to a year and a half old, but I think they're closer to 9 months old. Oh. All right. So probably more like roll for encounters every 2 hours instead of every hour. Well, yeah, every 2 hours of overland travel. So that would be... After this, want to do some GTA? I would, but part of the reason that we're already out of time, it's not because I started early. It's because we need to end early because we're doing session 0 for the second D&D party. Woohoo! Well, that was almost 100. It was 1 instead. Sold your car because you kept getting in trouble with it and you bought something easier and cheaper to drive. Nice. Okay, so when I've got a chance, I just need to design any encounters that I rolled for there. Which, to be clear, encounter doesn't necessarily mean combat, right? Encounter might be friendly NPC, it might be, evidence, it might be any number of things. Yeah, thank you, Rocket. I might be. It sounds like they're only on until about 4:30, so I might be able to hop on for like a half an hour or an hour. But it is Valentine's Day, so, I'll want to be off by close to the time that Pixie's home. Now, that being said, if you're up for a little bit later, we were going to cook dinner together, and then we were going to game for a while. So, after, like, Probably around 7 my time, I'll be available for another hour or two. Man, I used to have the new dice spinners. They're like a roulette wheel that have concentric rings. I've not tried them. I've seen them. They look really cool. Like, they're visually neat. I don't know if I would actually like using them. I'm curious. There's one. I'm trying to find something for those encounters really quickly before we go. It's 5 after. Also, if you're here, if you haven't had a chance to yet, if you would please put a like on the video to support what we're doing. We really, really appreciate that. Also, if you've not had a chance to watch our various session videos, or if you've watched them but it's been a while, any watch time on those is really, really appreciated too. Getting your daughter one in a steampunk style. Oh, that sounds cool. I'd love to see a picture. Oh, did I find it? I think I found what I wanted. Let's go. I did. Okay, hold on. We need to roll D100 one more time. Actually, here, do any of you have dice handy? This is not a thing where high or low is necessarily good. It's just going to be a number. One of you want to roll me a D100 and give me a number? Because I can't find my other dice. How did that happen? I literally just put it in the bag. It should be right on top. $73. All right. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. I like that. That's fun. Thank you, Glass Deviant. The session 6 sheet is set up. So all I have to do is write the intro, and then I also need to now finish the encounter that was just rolled for there. Sweet. Okay. That was good. A little bit of chat, a little bit of getting stuff done. Only one thing left over, and we created a half thing that needs to be done, but that's okay. Got 4 of the 5 things done that I wanted to. We got the video re-encoding. Hopefully it works this time. That was good. That was good. 45 minutes in and out. That was kind of my upper ceiling, so that works. Thank you so much for being here, guys. It was fun. Hardcore Herald tomorrow on twitch.tv/HereThereBeMonsters. That is our permadeath paladin. We are hoping to make some armor tomorrow and get our spells finally. We hit level 9 last time. So thanks for being here. Have a great Valentine's Day. If you're celebrating, if you're not celebrating, I hope you have a good night. We'll see you soon. And as always, take care and be excellent to each other.